I think I need another cheeseburger.
It's time for the middle classholes.
Oh, shit. Just when you thought things were getting good, we got Alan in a new pad, and Alan hits us up about 45 minutes ago. He goes, oh, boys, we're effed in the A. And I don't mean some little pre-PBS PP. I mean full-on man-rection.
Mandingo.
Full-on
Mandingo.
Django Unchained coming at you.
Jesus.
Wow.
I've been disturbed like the time. I mean, even off camera, off mic, like I've been disturbed for like 10 minutes now. This has been the most ridiculous setup to a simple podcast that there could possibly be. But yes, I and Alan, I do have to give you a little round of applause. You didn't back down. You manned up. You pushed forward, and here we are.
Yeah, I just have to accept that I'm going to sound like Poopy for an episode, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to speak clearly and enunciate.
Don't do that.
Like a grown up.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
All right. We'll keep it free flowing. Easy breezy.
I've been told the more slurred your voice is, the better you come off. So just keep pumping things into your system all day long. Just, tilt, swallow, go. Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Alan has moved. Alan is now in the county. He got out of the city, and just didn't dawn on him that he had been hardwired to his nice, pristine setup, which you see behind him. For those of you who are listening, behind his camera is a 2-monitor setup. Nice. Looks like a custom-built tower. I don't know if that's a Corsair or some shit. Is that a Corsair?
I think it's a Corsair case, yes.
Case, yeah. Beautiful. And then he goes, oh, shit. Yeah. Daddy fucked up. So but he is doing this. He's still. We're calling in the reliever. He's recording this from his laptop. So the quality may be a little bit fishy, but that's okay. We're going to press on, and we're going to do our fucking show from the new goddamn setup. I had to break this all down last week, drunk, mind you. I was worried I was going to be, like, first thing Murray says when we get on, he's like, hey, is your lighting different? I was like, oh, God. Did I fuck something up? Is it the Ricky the Dragon Steamboat thing that's reflecting all funny? God damn it.
No, that's a good addition.
Yeah,
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah. That's solid.
Yeah.
I got a couple questions because I know it was, the 80s and everything. So Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I have a question. It just immediately popped in my head. Never thought of this until you just said his name. Was he Steamboat because he was like, like a hunk of a man? Or was it that he was like Asian and so he was like just off the boat? Like, what was because it's the 80s, you never know. Like, why Steamboat? Ricky the Dragon, which kind of tells you Asian, haha, I'm a fighter, like Bruce Lee.
Right.
But then Steamboat, is it fresh off the boat, or is it I'm a sexy hunk of Asian meat?
I don't know. Best guess is that in the brainchild that was, and I don't know where he came from. It may have been WWF, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. It was pre-WWF. I think that's where he got big. That they were trying to figure out something, and someone just blurted it out and like, hey, I think we got something, and that was it, man. Sometimes that's where the best shit comes from. But hunk of man, steam, boat, fresh off the boat, Asian. We'll throw on a hillbilly name like Ricky, and we'll put the dragon in between it. It'll be good. Here's a fun fact about Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And for those of you who are listening and not watching, I received as a gift a signed, autographed, I don't know, like a 7x5 picture of him with no shirt on. Looks great. Looks amazing. Is it
like a real steamboat?
That's right. Can you name? He is one of. I'm trying to think. The only wrestler to have been a world champion who had never done this. Do you know what this one thing is? In wrestling.
Does it have to do with?
It has to do with wrestling. Yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say something with Vince McMahon under some covers in the cover of darkness. I know. I'm without winning the Intercontinental Championship first.
That would have been a good guess. No,
that's a good guess.
That is a good guess. No, he was never once a heel. His entire career, he was a babyface, a good guy.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I've heard stories he was kind of a dick behind the scenes, so maybe he made up for it there.
He's a perfectionist, probably. Oh, speaking of real sports, well, some people will say it's still real to me, damn it, pro wrestling. You guys been catching any of the Olympics?
Yeah, absolutely. I was, you know, my wife, Kelly, was like, dude, what's happening to you right now? Because I straight locked into a fucking semifinal of table tennis. I won't call it ping pong during the Olympics. I'll call it table tennis. Every other time it's fucking ping pong though. And that shit was exhilarating. It was Germany and China, and fucking it was a damn good match. My man came back, won a game 6, sent it to a game 7. It was fucking pretty good.
Was it doubles, mixed doubles, or singles?
No, singles, gentlemen, singles, men.
Singles men. Okay.
It was good. It was good stuff. Yeah.
I gotta say, I do feel like over the last decade or so, the last maybe 6 sets of Olympics, winter and summer, the more fringe sports are actually more enjoyable, and it's because, and nothing against her, we can talk about her if you want, but okay, so the Simone Biles thing completely trumps the actual athleticism of gymnastics that's going on right now. So when it comes to ping pong, nobody knows a goddamn thing about Ning Young Sung and his ping pong credentials and his life outside of the table tennis table. So it's just it's pure sport. I was really getting down on the triathlon just because, again, you're just watching pure sport. You don't know anything about the competitors. They're nobodies. Swimming's kind of somewhere in between because they know a little bit about their backstory, but they're not big enough names to distract completely from the sport. So, yeah, I think the fringe stuff's more exciting because you're tuning into the Olympics to watch sporting events. And if you're watching the primetime coverage, you're tuning in for more backstory than you are athleticism.
And in the golden era of coverage that we live in, especially if you have the Peacock app, or myself who just has regular Xfinity Comcast cable, and you can scroll through a plethora of other events back, I want to say even pre-Athens, so from 2004, not like 1896 Athens, but the 2004 games, when you were still pretty much the only option you had was the network that was covering it. They would do nothing but gymnastics all night, and then they may do a sliver, 15 seconds, like, oh, here's what happened in table tennis, or oh, here's what happened in fencing, and now you can watch all that shit. You can watch nearly any of those sports, and to piggyback off that, the Golf Channel is showing the golf, all of it. And so you have about 5 or 6 sports. It's exciting, man. You can hear it in my voice, man, my loins. I've watched men's and women's volleyball, indoor, all freaks. I've watched fencing. The triathlon is great because it's the Olympic distance. It's not the Ironman. It's a little shorter. I think, of course, the swimming has been exciting. I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff I've gotten into. I mean, I think I rattled off a number of things. Oh, men's doubles badminton. I got into that late, about a few nights ago. I was watching a Indonesia team beat down a Chinese Taipei team. Man, those fuckers, the reflexes, amazing. These guys are athletes.
Dude, where was handball? Where was handball when I had the physical prowess to be a competitor in something like that? I'm just sitting there watching, just throw the fucking ball in the goddamn net, man. What are you doing here? If I played handball, Wes, you know my agility. If I played handball as a young man, I would have been an Olympic champion. I'd have some medal that nobody gives a shit about hanging around my neck right now, and I'd still wear it. I'd wear it everywhere. I wear it to the gas station. I show it off at Walmart. No one would care who I was because no one would know, but I would have had an athletic career in a sport like that. I don't know. Sometimes I laugh at how simple that game seems to look.
Alan, I want to get your opinion on this because I think you probably feel the same way that I do, is that growing up where we grew up, and I'll call it middle America, and I don't mean middle latitude line, even though we kind of did, but standard middle, anywhere USA middle class, you're pretty much dialed into football, basketball, baseball. You get some lacrosse depending upon where you are. You get some wrestling, and then track and field, maybe this. But yeah, Murray's point, handball. I think I saw it back in the 2000 Olympics for the first time, and I was like, wait a minute. So this is football meets basketball, kind of. Wow. Where do they play that? No idea. My guess is some panhandle of Nebraska. That's it. I could be way off on that, but there's no crew. There's no there's no things like that. That these niche sports. Yeah, I would have liked to have played a few of these things. At least given it a crack at it.
Yeah, I mean, like crew, I can kind of get. There's kind of like a paywall behind it. You know what I mean? You got to be able to afford at least renting a boat or buying a boat to share with fucking 12 other people or however many other people are in a fucking crew set. Handball seems like just an everyday gentleman's sport. It's a lot like soccer. You just grab a ball and you set up 2 boundaries to make a goal, and that's it. You're good to go. That's handball would have been fucking great if I picked that up as a child. There should be handball courts across America, in my opinion.
Handball kind of takes out some of the everyone can play basketball, but not everyone's a good basketball player. There are certain, there's dribbling things that have to take place that people, you just don't have time for that. Handball kind of wipes that clean. It's like, yeah, you get to dribble it once or twice, then you got to get some lateral movement and spring that fucker up, and then in midair after you jump, then you wind up like a pitcher. You don't even have the ground to step forward. You have to throw your body out and whew.
Well, in a country that has no coordination with their feet, which is why soccer has never taken off in America, and also in a country that ended up banning dodgeball because Americans were too goddamn powerful from our baseball throwing arms. Why didn't this come about? It's like dodgeball, except you're playing soccer, but with your hands because you suck with your feet. It's handball. Why didn't we should be excelling at this? We should not have lost a handball tournament since 1935. But here we are, I'm just discovering the sport now, and I'm 42 fucking years old. I mean, I knew it existed, but I never watched it until, like you said, the cable networks gave me 50 options to watch different sports. And then I'm watching that, and something else, by the way, that I've mocked for a long, long time, synchronized swimming has come a long way from where I remember it to be. The U.S. synchronized swimming team came out and did some fucking techno-based where they were doing the robot in the water. Bitches come flying up stiff as a board, just flopping back in, and where are they going? What are they doing? I'm amazed. This is shocking.
I've seen exactly what he's talking about. It was fucking mind blowing. The Olympics is wild, man. That's what I think I already knew this to some extent, but I really learned it in the last week. Because like you said, you can kind of just pick and choose.
Right.
We have Hulu Live. We don't have actual cable. We just stream everything. But it has live TV, and it was it's Olympics time, motherfucker. Do you want to pick all the sports you could possibly want to watch? I was like, yes, I do.
Right.
Absolutely, I do. Do I want to watch archery? Yup. Absolutely. Triathlon, give me some of that. Judo, fuck yeah. All types of crazy shit. I watched the judo final. That was super cool.
Yeah.
Fucking Japanese dude won. In the place where judo first took place, in the Olympics, took part in the Olympics back in the 60s. The Japanese guy won gold. That shit was sweet. That's a cool ass story.
I think I saw the 83,
racist story.
The 83 kilogram, whatever that is in pounds. I don't know, LBs.
Yeah. It's 180.
Yeah, but the guy, I believe so. The guy who got second was from Mongolia. And I was just, what do you think the Mongolian Olympic team, all sports, both sexes, is made up of? What, 12 people? 13 tops?
Yeah.
So and this guy, he's just representing his country, loud and proud. I caught some fencing yesterday. Watched some men's. What do you call it? Where you're both going off the springboard and doing the same tricks.
It's just synchronized diving, right?
Yes, yeah. That was amazing. These little just jack little fuckers springing themselves up, having practiced this thing 1,000 times in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching that high dive and the gay British guy who won gold, watching him and his new partner get up there and do their thing, man. just utterly amazed, like at the synchronicity of what they were doing. Like, okay, you guys just dove 30 feet in the water with no regard for your own safety, and you matched up like perfectly. Like even in the instant replay, it's just like, holy shit. Like I can't find a flaw, and I'm watching it like it, I don't know, 1/8 the actual speed. It's amazing, but I go back to it being better because you're not being inundated with like the social media backstory of the athletes participating in the sport.
That having watched like as a child, not so much Seoul because I was a little too young in '88, but definitely Barcelona in '92 and Atlanta in '96, and then bits and pieces of Sydney in 2000, where the network would show every gymnastics routine that you can imagine, and then they would have some backstory of one of the gymnasts, like, oh, this is how they overcame their obstacles and made it here to Atlanta. And it's, a minute and a half interview thing, and my father would always go like, I don't give a fuck, I don't care. And now you don't have to watch that shit. Now you don't have to watch that garbage. And next week, track and field kicks off. You bet your ass I'm gonna be watching high jump, long jump, triple jump, javelin, shot put, the fucking hammer throw. Who does the hammer throw? Murr, speaking of like events that people don't get into, where do you just like, oh, I'm gonna get this 3-pound ball with a steel cable and a handle on it and wing it around as fast as I can and see how far I can throw the fucker?
That shit is, I'm fairly certain, illegal in the state of Maryland until you get to like a collegiate level. Yeah. Same with javelin, and shit like that.
I watched a kid get hit in the back with a shot put during practice one time during track practice. Mr. Arch wasn't exactly looking out for everybody walking across the field, and it's just, oh, Joe, don't throw in mid spin. And then I don't want to say their names because they might potentially listen to the show, but one of those kids that people weren't necessarily concerned with if they happen to get thumped in the back by an 8-pound metal ball, and you heard this like thud, like this deafening thud, like, I don't know, like a bowling ball falling into wet sand. It's just like, oh, glad it was you, but that had to hurt.
Yeah, I think I also watched the same guy that coached shot and discus was there when Murr was there. Well, when I was there, rather. And he was well past his prime, and his fast move, his get out of the way was a very, very slow shuffle. And someone was practicing the discus and really uncorked one, but rather than like a 10 to 2 window, was more like 3:30 o'clock, right towards Mr. Arch. And so I was like, hey! And I was like, oh God, it's going to kill him. And he just, it whizzed by him. Had to have caught a gust of air towards his back. Oh my God. I was just, you talk about some young boy's butthole squeezing real tight, scared for another man's life. Ugh, I still get goosebumps thinking about it.
Did y'all not have a net around your circle?
Well, no, like he threw it out. It was in bounds, but towards like the more towards out of bounds. Yeah. This guy, I don't know. This was our at the time, I think, our number one discus thrower. So he wasn't exactly concerned with him throwing it close to out of bounds.
Losing one.
Oh man! It is not only did he almost throw it out of bounds, he threw a probably a career best.
The thing is, Alan, you ask about the netting. We didn't break out things like that until it was meet time. Okay, like that was like extra work, and we didn't have a whole lot of folks like willing to come out early and set things up. So you were lucky to have like all the mats out. Like I did pole vault, and we did like. Sometimes we just didn't have everything we needed there. Okay, maybe the mats weren't exactly set up. Maybe they weren't covered the night before, and there was a nice slimy mold growing on it by the mid-morning when you went out there in the afternoon. So, no, there probably wasn't netting up for the practicing of the discus and shot put.
Four hurdles.
Hey, that's fair.
Four hurdles were all you need to get a good practice in. You need to put every hurdle for 110 or 300. Just, you have to get that
four
start.
Hurdles, and like somebody would have to pick up the first one and fucking run it to the end. and shit, like, just so you guys could get distances in.
That's right.
Oh man,
That's right.
that's I sometimes forget that I went to private school, so we didn't have those issues.
I think that it was the norm. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you don't have stuff. Hey, you guys don't have luxuries. Oh, that's weird.
No, I've said it before on the show. Our pole vaults were just giant pieces of fiberglass that were reinforced with, I don't know, likely lacquer and concrete, and it didn't have much bend. It was just designed for some lunatic who didn't have any care for his life.
Yep. And by much bend, no bend. You just literally jammed a rigid stick in the ground and rode it, either rode it to success or failure.
Yeah,
That's good.
No real coach that I can remember at that either. I think it was like more of a safety coach, like someone who was there to overlook your life. That's about it. Yeah.
Just chaperone.
No, I didn't even have that. I remember, so when I didn't run track until my junior year, and I started pole vaulting, and this is the exact conversation. Murray, you look like you've got some good upper body strength, and you're probably dumb enough to try it. So I want you to head over to pole vault. Carlos did it last year. He'll show you how to get started. That was it. That was my training. And then Carlos goes, well, the guy who did it last year that showed me told me to do this.
Right.
And that was like, so it was like a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy of pole vault training. Here's a giant rigid stick. Let's get to work.
I do like that. I do like that. The guy who did it last year, who no longer is competing in the event, is teaching you how to do that event. That's pretty crafty. It's outsourcing, if you will. Oh, well, middle class holes, everybody, Foxman, Murr, and Allen. I don't know. Did you guys want to get into the Simone Biles thing, or you think that's just been smashed into the media a gajillion times?
I mean, if you want to give your thoughts on it, I mean, look, I honestly, the fact that they weren't scoring her properly because she's the best in the world, and it's, I don't know, there's some sort of weird, I don't know, international code that's been made up by a bunch of Olympic Committee officials. Like, I don't blame her. I don't blame her from stepping out. Who cares? And I was arguing with somebody about this. I'm like, look, they have alternatives. And the fact that she's stepping down, we already know she's the best that's ever done it. So I really don't give a shit. Like, I'd like to see her do it, but I don't want to see her do it and fail. So if she knows she's going to fail. I don't know. I've heard people like, but you're an athlete and you're taking somebody's spot. Okay, well, she knows that she can't perform. So she's not going to.
That's right.
And I respect that. So it is what it is. So move on to the next. What, that the other girl that stepped up, she just won gold. Yeah. All around.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Exactly what we were hoping would happen is that someone rises to the occasion. That's a better story than the person who's been around doing it forever and is the best in the world. That's a better story than seeing the person you thought was going to do it in the first place. So I don't care.
Yeah, I think, like you said, if you don't have it that night, they talk about it. They said it was a case of the twisties, which can be compared to a case of the yips in golf. But a case of the yips in golf might cost you some strokes. A case of the twisties, if you try to force it, could cost you an Achilles tendon or a femur or a tibia and fibia or tibias and fibias. So if you don't have it that night, your life, yeah. And if you don't have it that night, I think that's the ultimate team sacrifice. First of all, if I'm the teammate, I'm saying like, are you sure? You know, you're the best that's ever done this. Okay, are you sure? Yeah, I don't have it tonight. We might not even medal if I continue to do this. Cool, got it. I'm stepping up, and they fucking won silver. It wasn't like they bowed out and finished 4th, 5th, or 6th. I mean, Christ, it's still that night they're the second best of the world. So no, the critics are people who fucking can't tie their shoe. You know, people who have who these jackwagons who have never played a professional sport in their life, have done anything for that matter. Like, what, she disrespects the team. Fuck off.
No, but if I'm playing, we'll just do something very American. If we're playing football and the quarterback's like, look, man, all my dogs just drowned in the pool last night. I can't remember what the third play in the book is, so I think I'm going to sit this one out. Be like, all right, good, because the backup's been itching to get in there and knows everything, and in this circumstance is probably the better man for the job. So thank you for having the balls to sit down on the bench. Appreciate it. Slap on the back, squeeze of the ass, little blah, blah, blah in the ear, and move on with your day.
The blood up in the ear is that's status quo, right? That's how you get athletes to, it's like a pat on the rear end.
Yeah, well, that's the ultimate, like, I got you, buddy. You know, little wet willy. That tells you that everything's cool. Everything's kosher.
You like that? Oh, man.
Oh, that's silly.
All right. So one of the first segments I wanted to get to you guys, so we've talked about NFT. Murr, can you refresh my memory on what that's an acronym for?
A non-fungible token.
That's right. And people are making gajillions. You know, but maybe even more than gajillions. I don't even know what the next thing after that is.
Quantajillions.
Quantajillions. So a Polish influencer sold an NFT of her virtual love for
bazillions.
Bazillions. That's right. So NFT of virtual love for any guessers on the dollar amount?
Ooh, $3.2 million.
No, you got to dial it back a little bit. $250,000 might be the biggest
chump change.
Yeah, biggest genius walking the planet. A TikTok star. You can look this up. She's a Polish influencer, Marta Rental. Yeah, figures. May be the first person who stole, quote, virtual love as an NFT for $250,000. But rather than receive a guarantee of physical intimacy, the mystery buyer now owns an NFT of non-fungible token. The deal includes, quote, full rights to digital love of Marta. Marta has promised to go one-on-one dinner with the mystery buyer. So is this just some jackass who has $250,000 of chump change to be like, yeah, maybe I might get laid by this banging Polish girl? What is this? Why do they do this?
I'm wildly confused by everything that you said.
Hold on. Is it 200? Is it 250,000 like American dollars? Or
yes.
Is it like 250,000 pierogies or whatever Polish people?
$250,000 American dollars, and then next to that, it's the L with the squiggly line in the middle. Don't know what that is.
That's a pound.
185,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
So virtual.
Yeah, that seems silly. It seems like a bad idea.
Hold on, so virtual love. So it's like an IOU for, like, I don't know, a little bit of screen diddling. Like what? Because I thought non-fungible token was like something that's virtually tangible. So like I don't know, like a picture of LeBron like dunking, like would be sold as a NFT, or one of the big ones in the art community now is because there's so much digital art out there because of all the apps and things where you can use digital pens and things to create things. Like digital artwork is now an NFT that you can sell. So you could like screen it in a gallery on like a giant iPad screen. But like, what is virtual love?
This says in exchange for, quote, emotions.
Yeah.
Then there's no guarantee of physical intimacy. Maybe it will happen. Maybe it won't happen. The only guarantee of something in person is a one-on-one dinner. But the deal includes, again, full rights to the digital love. So, I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of instant message cyber sex. Maybe it's a month free of an OnlyFans page. Maybe
it's probably like not like tasteful non-nudes, like. They're just tasteful lingerie pictures or some shit. And it's going to be not worth whoever spent $250,000 time. Like, they're going to be very upset. I think it's a scam.
Sure, it's a scam.
This is essentially a Nigerian. She's essentially a Nigerian prince.
I'm just tired of hearing about things that I'm late to the game on. Like, there's no way we can get in on NFTs now. Like, we're not popular enough. We don't have enough money. Someone spend $250,000 on some bullshit like this. They don't care that they just lost $250,000. They're just happy to see their name written on some virtual fucking article somewhere on the interwebs. I was literally 2 weeks late to the game on Dogecoin. Like, I've lost like $40 now, where I thought I was gonna make like You know, at least like an extra 150. You know, like I'm tired of these fads. I'm tired of hearing about them. Like, where's my get rich quick scheme? Where's Middle America's get rich quick scheme? You know, where's my AMC and my GameStop? We got to figure that out. I hate these people, but I respect them.
Yeah.
I will say you digital loathing. I will loathe you for a nominal fee.
And you
I'm really good at that.
Martarentel, Marta Rentel. You can look her up. I mean, she's a dime. And yeah, I don't. What's the sales pitch? Is it cut from the thread of the guy who married Anna Nicole Smith, who was like, yeah, I can do it because I can do it because I'm a gajillionaire, and this guy's like, ooh, virtual love, man, it might be worth $250,000 to see if that could evolve into love or sex.
And either way, it's better than the no love that he currently experiences in life.
True.
Yeah, that's these NFTs just keep getting crazier and crazier. It sounds like, and I still don't understand them. So,
what's there to understand? It's a rack of shit.
Sounds like it to me.
It's a rack of shit, but I mean, there's something to it. And what I hate about it is like as these things that seem to have potential start to gain steam, like what do you call it? The not the scammers necessarily, but the hackers of the world. They figure out a way to hack everything that could be cool, and they kind of ruin it before it gets started. Because I've also heard that with some of this NFT stuff, that like again the digital art thing, that somebody's trying to develop like a hologram display where like if you buy digital art, you can display it in your house through like a holographic video kind of like projector. That's cool. But if people keep selling digital love and shit like that, no one's going to develop this stuff. Like, okay, NFTs are bullshit. Well, then I guess there's no reason to develop this holographic screen that would be really cool for NFL football on Sunday when all the fucking technology finally trickles down to the common man. So they're ruining shit that I want before you get started.
Well, right, man, you're gonna have to roll the dice. You're gonna have to get into that. What do you call it, Alan? 4chan. You have to figure out where the new things are and roll the dice, and get them before they're hot. That's all I can tell you. That's coming from someone who's missed out on everything as well.
Gotta get up in Reddit,
subreddits,
read like in lots of Reddits and subreddits, things of that nature.
Yeah, but now you're just talking about a job. I'm trying to make money. I like money for nothing. My chicks for free. You know, like no, I'm not going to
do a little work.
No, fuck that. That's the whole point of this get rich quick scheme is that I don't do any work and all of a sudden I have another $1 million in my bank account that I didn't have before.
No, I think it means that you do like a little bit of work and get a high return, not necessarily that you don't do any work and get money.
That sounds lame.
I
think that's called the lottery, and you could do that at your local gas station.
Yeah, some scratch offs. You'll be straight. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Coming at you. I don't know if this is necessarily real or not, but did you guys happen to see? Okay, so the headline reads, "Quote: Armed robber is beaten up with a sex toy. Cashier grabs 8-inch weapon in bashes knife-wielding thief at a Russian sex shop." So he comes in, pulls a knife. And at the desk, as she's doing what looks to be some inventory, and I'll show you the clip here in a minute, she yields an 18-inch dildo and proceeds to bludgeon the would-be thief with it. Let me see here if I can get you the nitty and the gritty. All right.
I was going to say, all right, real quick. Did you say 8-inch or 18-inch?
1/8.
Legal.
Yeah.
1/8. Okay, 18.
Of course, since I restarted this as the fucking advertising, but yeah. So there's some. It's unconfirmed. They're trying to figure out if this is real or not. It's like I said, it comes from Russia. Here we go, guys. Hold on, let me.
Fucking Russian dash cams mounted to a ceiling. That's the problem that's going on here.
So he's like, yeah, there's a knife. And
okay.
Bam!
Wham, bitch! Holy God, that's a... Oh, that's a double-ended dildo right there, too, man. That's 9 inches going both ways.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure I'm sold on the legitimacy of this. I hate to be the naysayer. I want it to be true. I want that to be real. But I don't know. He just seemed very quick to, a knife. You bringing a knife to a dildo fight? You really feel like you're that? You feel like you're that out of place?
He's in a store, convenience store looking. It's a Russian convenience store. It's all closed wall. It's very tight, narrow space. There's a rather petite woman working the cash register. The drawer's open. There's open cash right there. And then he breaks out what looks like a Swiss Army knife on the penknife setting. And I think he just expected his masculine body to be the overarching threat that was coming towards her. And then she happens to have an 18-inch double-sided dildo. That's probably 3 pounds of polyurethane ready to bludgeon your ass. I've told the story 100 times about the 12-inch purple dildo that I suction cupped to a door because we lost our doorknob back at work. And that thing had some heft to it, man. I mean, you got to think 110 to 180-pound woman's going to be thrusting up against that thing. It's got to have some structural integrity. So if you start whacking a guy with an 18-inch dildo, I have a feeling it ain't going to feel very good. It's going to cause more damage than that penknife's going to cause unless you hit him in the right spot.
Alan?
Yeah, I mean, I think he hit the nail on the head. He hit the nail on the head, man. I mean, it's gonna hurt.
He hit the dildo on the thief's face.
Exactly. I mean, imagine taking the fucking, the shaft across the face and the fucking head. The head gets you in the eye or something. That's fucking. You're down for the count, man. So. No, you get the fuck out of there. Also, Word took the words literally out of my mouth. The Swiss Army knife, my man did not come equipped to fucking rob the dildo store. That was the wrong weapon choice. This was a bad day. It's a bad day for this guy.
Here's a question though: was it actually a dildo store, or did she just happen to have her own private collection on the counter when he walked in?
I don't know. The counter looked like it had miscellaneous colorful boxes like one might see in a dildo store.
First of all, it wasn't a dildo store. It was a sex toy shop. Okay, where a multitude of apparatuses are sold, and I maybe not a pawn shop. They don't return them, but. No, what I think was...
I think the plural's dildi. It's fine.
Dildi, right. It's like octopuses, but octopi. I definitely think that in this situation, she would have looked, in my opinion, if it were real, she was doing inventory because she had a pen, she had a clipboard, and then she had an array of things on the desk. Why that was unboxed, I don't know. It may have been defective. May have been deemed faulty packaging, maybe something that slipped out of the packaging, or maybe she was like, you know what, employee discount, taking it home with me.
I was like, maybe it was a floor model, and you can't. There's no resale there, so you just keep it behind the counter.
Well, and then my question to you, Wes, what makes a defective dildo? Because I've seen all sorts of images and video on the internet of things that people like to shove into their body. Right. I mean, what exactly constitutes a defective dildo? Yeah, I mean, besides didn't fit. I mean, what's
Best Buy has open box discounts. This may have been something that was it was part of the human trials. And as Alan said, it may have been a showcase one. They bring out the fake desserts when you're at a restaurant. This may have been hey, what exactly is that piece up there on the mantle? Oh, here, take a look at this puppy. See the weight? It's damn near perfect. It's balanced. Yeah. It's like a katana.
Well, maybe it's like a tight space in there. Yeah. The showroom floor didn't look like it had a lot of real estate. So they probably keep a lot of inventory in the back. You know what I mean? So there's definitely display dongs, I think. You just walk on up, be like, look, do you have any more of the 14-inch purple guy in the back? And then she just runs back like a shoe store, like a Foot Locker, but for dildos.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, do you have any? I see that's 18-incher. Do you have any 12 or 8 or
So
10?
do you have any 16s? 18s just it really bottoms me out.
Yeah.
So 16 would be good.
16 with a hint more girth. Quarter. Well, it's Russian, so like a centimeter. I don't know. Quarter centimeter.
She busts out a catalog and she's like, "Well, you could custom order."
Right.
You know, that seems like the kind of place.
But I will say, I don't think it's necessarily the wrong move to, and I don't care what you say, Wes, to rob the dildo store. I call it the beer store. I know they sell other things besides beer. They sell whiskeys and wines and such, but I'm primarily there for beer. Anybody who walks in that shop, I mean, I know there's pornography available all over the internet and on DVD and magazine form, but if you're going into that store, you're probably in the market for a good dildo. So in the dildo store, you're probably working in cash. You really don't want like that digital receipt popping up on you on your Visa, your MasterCard, or anything like that. So I imagine a good dildo store is probably flush with cash because your common degenerate isn't going to put that on a charge card or do Apple Pay. So I'd say that was a good move on his part. He robbed the right store. He just brought the wrong artillery.
Right. What would have been the right artillery? A 24-incher that squirted? Well, I keep saying incher. But I got to keep reminding myself that we're using the metric system in Russia. A 30-centimeter puppy.
No, I think you need like a not necessarily a Bowie knife, but something that like is longer than your pinky finger. Like that would probably be a little more intimidating.
Something that instills fear. Clearly, that did not instill fear. She hit him in the face with a dildo. So. Something that would have made her been like, "Oh shit, I'm getting the fuck out of here."
Right.
Like, yeah.
Something that doesn't have a collapsible blade. I remember I was pretending to be a badass and like slam a knife down on the table to stick, and it was a collapsible blade. And then I looked like the biggest vagina in the world because as soon as I pushed it down to the table, it decided to fold up against like the bottom part of my palm, and then it cut me, and I was bleeding everywhere, and I was dancing around like a little bitch with blood dripping out of my hand. Yeah, that's probably not quite the right weapon to take into the dildo store for your cash.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. Well, boo-hoo, Vladimir whoever. Like I said, he brought a knife to a dildo fight.
We aren't doctors, but we'd love to take a look at some more of the middle class holes.
Welcome back to the Middle Class Holes, Murr, Allen, and Fox. Man, you got yourself a high life there, and you realized how good it was?
Not only did I realize how good it was, I'm constantly in awe, and I know this is not a unique thought, but I'm in awe of the bottle because I can kill a high life in like 4 gulps, and I'm just there's some sort of physics to the Miller High Life bottle. It's an old style bottle, but like, man, dude, I love a nice cold Miller fucking High Life. I wish they were a sponsor. I wish I could just get cases of them fucking brought to my house. I sat outside the other night with my wife, and I was just, next thing I know, I'm like 4 beers deep, and she's like, "Are you done?" I was like, "I think so, but they keep going down so goddamn smooth. I don't know if I can quit."
But not the first senior week, but the second senior week that you're allowed to go to when you're 19, or that just finished up your freshman year of college. Right to that, Nick had a fake ID and kept buying High Life because it was on sale. And listen, I liked High Life, and then after drinking them at 19 for an entire week, was like, I can't even smell a Miller High Life. It's gonna. I did drink them for a long time.
It's like a bad relationship. You kind of got to get out of it for a little while, and then you got to revisit it, and then you're like, "Oh, this is why I love it," and then you're like, "Oh yeah, this is why I hate it too." And then so I usually take like 6 months off of Miller High Life, and then I'm about 2 months on, 6 months off, 2 months on. Yeah, mainly because of how quickly I can take one down. Because believe me, as soon as this show's over, I'm going to see how quickly I can down it without taking my mouth off the bottle.
So my point was, we went to a liquor store where they weren't IDing him at that point because he'd been in so much, and I was like, "Look, dude, just get me anything. Get anything that's a light beer: Coors Light, Miller Light, Bud Light, Natural Light, what I'm drinking right now. I don't give a shit, man. Just something easy drinking. And I guess he got pulled in by a promotion as he walked in, and it was like Michelob something lager, and it was like a golf can. So it's golf ball embedded into the can type thing, like rivets and stuff. It's like, oh man, it's an 18-pack. It was dirt cheap. It's like, oh man, I thought I said easy drinking. You came out with dog shit. This is going to be a good night. Ah man, I think I paid triple for a 12-pack of Coors Light from someone. I was like, what do you want? I'm like, no. What do you want? I don't know. $24 later. Got me a
$60.
I may have paid at that point. Oh god.
Michelob Light's another one because it's got that weird shaped bottle, and you can pound the shit out of that too, and it tastes like a Heineken. Oh yeah, man. No, it's Amstel Light. I apologize. Amstel Light. Yeah,
Mick Light. Alan, if you remember, that's where you could get the quart cups from Highway. Of $3 for a whatever a quart is in ounces. I don't know. Was it 36?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. $3.
That's good shit.
$3. Make you holla. Mick Light. Woo.
Hey, we used to drink like kings up there, man. 10 cent beers.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, this is good shit.
10-cent beers, 50-cent beers, dollar Schlitz, $3 quarts. Yeah. Depending upon if you know
Six Schlitzes.
What's the Australian beer that comes in the oil can?
Foster's.
I remember somebody was going on a beer run. I was like, hey, give me a couple Foster's. Because of The Simpsons. Because I remember Homer saying, like, that is a big beer. And so I was like, bullshit, it's not that big. And then they come back, they got me like 4 oil cans. I'm like, there's no way this night's going to end well for me. Because that is a big fucking beer.
4 beers.
I used to roll into town when I was visiting Frostburg, and like that would be my pregame. Like I would pick up 2 of them and fucking go to work. That shit, Foster's was good, man.
Yeah,
it was not you could drink worse shit at that price.
Agreed. It just came in like an unresealable container.
Right.
Yes. Drum. Fucking.
You get what was the difference between what is the difference between the green and the blue can? There's a lager and a pilsner, or is there a lager?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's a pilsner. I think the blue one is the easier drinking. I think, right?
Yeah.
I think
from what I gathered.
Yeah.
Who the hell knows? I don't know. All right. Speaking of living like a king here, Dr. Dre, famous from Beats by Dre, not from all the music.
That's what he's famous for.
56-year-old music mogul was ordered to pay his estranged wife, Nicole Young, $293,603 per month in spousal support beginning August 1st, according to the court documents obtained Thursday by the New York Post, page 6. The former NWA member will have to keep paying the massive amount to Young until she remarries or enters into a domestic partnership, or unless the court orders otherwise at a later date. Yeah, fat chance that won't happen. Jesus. 200. I'm going to read this again. It's about $7,000 shy of $300K a month. What fucking lifestyle are you living? They had a prenup too. Aren't prenups supposed to not make these things happen? What am I missing?
I thought so.
Yeah,
I thought so. I mean, you gave the difference, which was like $7,000, and I would be more than happy with that a month. Like as support.
$7,000.
What?
Right? That'd be great.
Here's the thing. This is one of those times where maybe we'll have to save this one for our legal counsel, Adam, when he comes back on at some point and ask, really get into the bare bones of this one. But they always claim, like, well, I got used to a certain lifestyle. You got used to a lifestyle that you wanted to end in divorce. So why do you think you will be any happier moving forward now with the lifestyle that you supposedly hated so much that you want to get out of it? So why does she even deserve this? Like $300,000 a month. I mean, ladies, I know you don't like when I mansplain things to you. However, this is why you don't get some of the respect especially at the upper echelon. Like you're earning nothing. Like I understand that she had to deal with him being on the road and things like that, but what couldn't you? Okay, what couldn't you do with $100,000 a month that you can now do with $300,000 a month? Like, is it okay to like steal someone's wealth because you don't want to be in the relationship anymore?
According to,
do they have kids?
Yeah, 2, and they're grown. They're not eight. They're not. They're adults legally. The other thing too is there's 2 homes that he owns. He's just paying like the property tax and the upkeep on it. She's staying at one, he's staying at the other. And the other thing too is that they didn't get into the detail on this. Apparently, he agreed to just pay $6 million outright. Like, here's $6 million. We go our separate ways. And I don't know. It didn't say they didn't agree on it. Didn't say if her lawyer said, no way, we can't do that. It's Dr. Dre. It's Dr. Dre. He's a doctor. It's worth a lot of money. So we got to get more out of him. It didn't say that. It was a very short-lived thing. But $293,000 a month. My God. That's the per diem, too. Her per diem, I guess.
Well, here's the thing, though. She has no incentive to take that $6 million deal because in about a decade, she'll make that money. And then every year past that decade, she makes more money.
Well, unless she enters
does nothing.
And she'll probably... Unless she enters into a domestic partnership or gets married.
Yeah, but what does that even mean? What does that even mean? That means that she will never remarry because whatever dude starts banging up on her is just going to be like, listen, here's the deal. We live in pretty fat, so I'm gonna leave. Like every year, I'm gonna take a 3-month vacation away from you.
Right.
Therefore, we're not living in the same house. We're not living in Dr. Dre's house. For the same. We're not living there all year long together, and so they never get pigeonholed into that little loophole. Dr. Dre's fucked, man.
I mean, it's just a rough number. At $300,000 a year, or you said a month? A month. At $300,000 a month, she will have $6 million in less than 2 years.
Right.
Sorry, I thought you said a year.
No.
I didn't realize it was a month. So Alan is absolutely correct on the math here.
Yeah, not even 2 years if she's got $6 million. I'd be like, Dr. Dre, go fuck yourself, sir. Keep paying me $300,000. I mean, it's fucked up either way, but if I'm in her position, I'm not taking the $6 million.
Right.
I'm taking the fucking. I'm not taking the lump sum. I'm taking the fucking
annuity.
The fucking annuity, baby.
In this case, the annuity makes sense. And I will say that any man who would potentially enter into what would be deemed legally as a domestic partnership, not a marriage, but the latter, the domestic partnership, he may want. I mean, that person may say, like, listen, I've heard Dr. Dre rap. All right, I don't know if he's about that life. I've listened to him in NWA. I listened to The Chronic. I don't want to roll the dice. Maybe I become a rap song. Maybe I become his new #1 hit about busting up ex-wife's side piece.
Yeah, but how long does it take to enter into a domestic partnership? I mean, because bare minimum, it's got to be like 2 years minimum until like the court even decides that you're a domestic partnership. And in that amount of time, how much money she racked up? Right. I ain't good at math.
But Dr.
Jesus
J,
Christ.
He may hire PIs, someone to make sure that she's like, nope, this is just someone that I date from time to time. He's like, well, I hired Dick Tracy. He's been following you around, snapping off Kodaks. Look at this over the period of 6 months.
See, I have a feeling that this case might end up being front and center of because you got the Me Too movement and all that, and it goes off the rails in some capacity, and there's always a correction. This might be the case that causes the correction. You want equal rights? You can earn your own money. Where's your talent? Your talent in the bedroom got me, and so what you got beyond that? And so if you can't prove that you're worth anything beyond, betting a multi-billionaire. Is Dr. Dre the first billionaire rapper? Because of the Beats by Dre and all that stuff?
Unless it was Jay-Z, but I guess it would be Dre.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, beyond that, I don't know, man. I just it baffles me because I think Kelly Clarkson, she just actually she's got to pay spousal support, I think it's $200,000 a month to her ex-husband. So it makes me wonder what she was doing behind the scenes. But in a way, you kind of have to give the golf clap to that guy for finally winning on the other side of the coin.
Being supportive, telling her music's good. Actually, you guys like Kelly Clarkson. Sorry.
Kelly Clarkson can wail, man. All right, I don't want to talk shit on Kelly Clarkson.
All right, I said I was kidding.
She can sing, but I don't really care for her. So I don't
care for her personality. I don't like listening to her speak in normal tones or anything.
I mean, I don't like listening to her music either, but she can sing, so I won't deny that.
Oh, let me tell you something. Since you've been gone, come on now. That's a fucking band right there.
It kind of is, but no.
God. All right. Before we get to Fun Fact Friday, shooting for the moon, Jeff Bezos offers NASA $2 billion in exchange for a moon contract for Blue Origin to land astronauts in space. All right. I'll be honest with you. I didn't read the entire article. The one thing that did catch my attention is that Bezos was somewhat vocal about NASA only dealing with Elon Musk, and he said that I think their contract is worth $2.83 billion. He says that they ought to deal with both, and it's good to keep competition. Competition to what? Is NASA just going to rake in nearly $5 billion to let these people blast off into fucking moon and Mars and just have at it? Oh yeah, we're NASA and we own anything out of the stratosphere, and yeah, give us $5 billion. It's yours. Do what you want.
Yeah, I mean, NASA's basically a non-profit governmental organization. At what point? I mean, I didn't think you were allowed to bribe government officials, and this,
It's making headways.
100%. This is what Jeff Bezos is doing. Hey, I will give you $2 billion if you sign your name on this dotted line for technologies that you don't own currently. How about we do this? Yeah. What's not? I mean, I don't blame NASA if they say, sure. But what guarantees are involved here? Elon Musk started SpaceX with the expressed written what's the C word I'm looking for? Consent?
Yeah. Something you never had when you had sex.
Expressed written, no, not consent, intent of I'm going to propel us to the moon as a starter mission and then send us to Mars. And then NASA was like, okay, because we can't do that, and we'd appreciate it if you did. And then Bezos comes along and says, I want to go float around and stroke my nipples in space. And then he's getting all fucking pissy because some other guys, superseding his ego. And so now it's I'll write you a check for $2 billion if you let me send a rocket there too. And NASA, I mean, what's NASA supposed to say? Anyway, it's bullshit. Fuck Jeff Bezos. This is finally a story that paints Elon Musk with the proper brushstrokes. Alan?
Yeah, dude, we've been agreeing a lot this episode. These topics are either they're bad or maybe it's just the stars are aligning,
or maybe our periods are becoming synced up because we've been spending so much time together.
Our cycles match now.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, Bezos is such a dick. I was watching a clip of him earlier, and the asshole was like, I want to thank all the Amazon employees and all the Amazon customers because you guys paid for this, in his stupid fucking Stetson hat. And I was just like, God, I hope your rocket blows up. You piece of shit. You fucking piece of garbage. You're the worst. I'm firmly in Musk's camp now. I hope NASA's like, fuck your $2 billion, Bezos. We don't want to put a smiley face on our rockets. You fucking asshole. I don't know. I hate that guy now. Today and Murr's description of him put it over the top.
So what? Okay, trying to gather my thoughts here. I mean, the Musk's deal with NASA was a shade under $3 billion. Bezos wants $2 billion to be able to send people to the moon. They haven't agreed to it, but he says, I think it's important to keep competition open. And all this is just competition to be astronauts, right? So why couldn't they pay the Russian government $2 billion if NASA says no? Like, all right, well, Russian NASA, I'm assuming it's not called Russian NASA, but that's it. That makes the most sense. Russian NASA, here's $2 billion. Let us do it.
Well, because then you're a fucking traitor to the country that's made you the wealthiest man on the planet. So, I mean, that's not good publicity. I think for Bezos, this is more publicity for the company that he has a very large stake in. Mm-hmm. Whereas Musk, I genuinely believe that Musk wants to do these things to better humanity in some capacity. I think he's, and I genuinely don't mean this like in any disparaging way. I genuinely believe that he's autistic enough to have some sort of altruistic goals. Okay. And I throw the autism in there because I think whatever he's got going on between his ears drives him to make these decisions. And I don't think they're for nefarious purposes. I think somebody like Jeff Bezos sees Amazon stock rising if he can send a craft into outer space and bring it back to Earth. Whereas I just believe Musk just wants to do it because, like, he has the mental capability and the technological know-how to get it done. And I just think Bezos is jealous. And I think this was Musk's goal from day one. And this is Bezos's, like, afterthought. Somebody else is doing it, and I want to do it too.
Right.
And I'm the best, not you.
We talked about it last week. I'm the billionaire. I'm the gajillionaire. I can do this.
Jeff Bezos is the Shooter McGavin of current technology.
So, Alan, do you really legit mean that you hope his rocket blows up when he's in it?
I mean, no. Isn't that what I'm supposed to say? What gets us not in trouble? No, I don't wish harm on anyone. But if it.
But you wouldn't be mad about it.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. No. I mean, kind of, whatever. As long as it looks like a penis when he blows up in it, I'm here for it. That's fine.
And on this day, we celebrate you, penis man.
Because all he's gonna do is go to the moon, and then fucking the next day on fucking Amazon Prime, you're gonna be able to get moon rocks 2 days delivered, and it's gonna be. He's just gonna ruin it. Fucking, I feel like Musk is setting up a settlement that we all know will be fucking overrun by a fucking by martial law implemented by the sheriff. But fucking this guy, Bezos is just gonna ruin it. Bezos isn't doing anything cool, or he's gonna get there and accidentally puncture his suit and die. Just something idiotic. His is very National Lampoony. Fucking Musk's is not.
I'll put it this way. I think Bezos is going for high score, whereas I think Musk genuinely doesn't care if he goes broke. Yeah. I think Musk is willing to risk his entire fortune, bank account, everything, his reputation on what he thinks he can do. Whereas I think Bezos is not willing to do any of that. I think Bezos is wants his stature, wants his bank account. And I think that should tell you why NASA shouldn't take $2 billion, but they probably will, because $2 billion, let's be honest, is $2 billion.
Yeah, then you keep an open line of competition. Get yourself a shade under $5 billion, and I don't know what NASA does with $5 billion, but maybe they who knows? They become a different company.
I think with $5 billion, they stay open long enough for 2 other rich people to offer them $5 more billion. At which point, they just continue to stay open, doing absolutely nothing, but letting rich people go to space instead of doing it themselves.
We're done with the space business. We're just taking donations so people can go to the space that we once went to.
Yeah, we're basically the space fucking we're space customs. You want to go to space? Oh, well, you got to fucking talk to us first. What are you trying to take a live parrot there? Well, you got to put it in quarantine on the space station for 80 days.
Right.
But like, it's just customs, but for space.
We've become
Starts.
the men in black of getting in and out of the atmosphere.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say just to the moon though, like not like actual Men in Black, because the aliens would definitely kill us.
That's a good point.
Or
If you'd like-
I saw somebody joke about this. Are aliens just rich entrepreneurs visiting Earth? Like, you know what I mean? Are alien sightings fucking just Jeff Bezos of fucking the moon coming to fucking pay us a visit?
I hope there's no conspiracy
think
theorists
about.
listen to this. They'll be like, oh, man, I need to cut him open. Need to figure out if he's got lungs and a heart and intestines. Jackasses. All right. Go ahead. Do it.
Well, I was going to say, I hope NASA sets up the fund like the Richard Branson Memorial Fund, because everybody's already forgotten about that guy.
That's good.
2 weeks later.
He's that Spirit airline of the space. Ugh. Who the hell wants to do that? Ah, shit.
Fund.
All right, Murr. I think you know what time it is, brother.
That's right. It is time for 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday. Being brought to you, of course, by the Shin Splints Recovery Group. If you have a fake injury that supposedly exists below your knee and above your ankle, and you would like to find a bunch of morons that don't understand medicine, you can do that on Facebook by searching out the Shin Splints Recovery Group on Facebook. Let's get to it. Your first fun fact for your Fun Fact Friday. Did you know the power of persuasion is strengthened by touch? Tapping someone on the shoulder or touching their arm and looking them in the eye makes them far more open to suggestion. And if you watch any good hypnotist, when they're actually like trying to convince you of something, they will look at you and they will tap you and they will say keywords every time they do it. I watched some guy convince Simon Pegg, the guy who's in the Mission Impossible movies and such. This hypnotist went to his apartment and was like, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get you something for your birthday, but I want you to tell me what it is. And he's like, well, how would I do that? Well, let's talk for a minute. And he kept saying bicycle and leather jacket. And he kept he talked for like 15 minutes and he kept tapping him on the shoulder and the arm and looking him in the eye. And at the end, he's like, so I got you a birthday present. What do you think it is? I think it's a bicycle and a leather jacket. And he opens the box and it's a bicycle and a leather jacket. And then after about a half an hour of decompression, he's like, I don't want a bike or a leather jacket. Why the fuck did you give this to me? He's like, well, that's what you wanted, right? But yeah, no, that it's amazing. And if you go back and you watch like David Blaine kind of stuff, like that's what he does to people. He doesn't necessarily pick your card. He tells you what card he wants you to pick.
Yeah, I think
It's clever.
Yeah, I did. There's certainly I could see that happening. We talk about cults a lot. I don't know. The cult leaders seem to have a very good touch. And I mean, comforting shoulder, arm, elbow. You know, that's I get it now. It makes sense. Yeah, it satisfies the senses. It's not just ears. It's not just bullshit and words. There's human connection, and I'm kind of talking out my ass here, but I feel like I'm making sense. I feel like I'm touching you guys, convincing you that I know what I'm talking about.
I liked it. It was good.
Well, I know when to move on. Did you know the simple act of surgical teams asking 19 questions, such as, do we have the right patient? And what operation are we performing, has been proven to reduce deaths by over 40%.
I mean, I had no idea the statistics, but that makes some sense. Sounds logical. Sounds logical for a team.
Having worked in hospitals for a while, having worked in hospitals for a while, nurses commonly go by patient last name and date of birth. So when they're trying to figure out, like transferring patients or who they're treating, there's a very regimented procedure, especially when they do shift changes, to come in and figure out who they're treating. Patient last name, date of birth. So I don't doubt that, 19 questionnaires to vet fucking up, if someone needs a hernia surgery or a penile implant, might be a big deal.
But I mean, and I agree with you that it makes sense, but like to bump that number, that percentage to 40%, like what was it before the 19 questions? Like who's the genius in the boardroom that was like, hey, I think we should ask a couple questions before we start cutting people open? Like how many? I don't know, like 20? That's a little much. 19? Okay, well 19's good. And then 40% survival rate because you ask like 19 simple questions like, do we have the right patient? Yep. What are we doing today? Like, those seem fucking basic. But, like, yeah. But I can imagine the chaos of a hospital. You know, you're tired. People don't think about it like surgeons are mechanics. They just work on a very precious product. Like, sometimes they're just, like, blurry-eyed and don't give a shit. It's like, what are we doing? It reminds me of the Married with Children episode when Al accidentally gets a second circumcision. He went in for a circular incision, and they circumcised him
2 times, huh? Jesus Christ. Yeah, you'd be shocked. You hear like patient stories where doctors or ortho, ER ortho docs come in or something, and they're not to say they can't tell left from right, but they're flashing at something like, oh, that's right shoulder. Like, all right, what do you got wrong with here, sir? Like, no, it's the other shoulder. Well, that's not what I have on my chart. No, I'm telling you, this is the shoulder that hurts. Oh, huh. Yeah, you're right. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the other side of the bed here. All right, just things like that that aren't too uncommon. So, it's your job as a patient to be vocal about what's going on.
Well, I wonder. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like to some, well, it doesn't make sense for the doctor to be that idiotic. But like, do you think that maybe a part of that is because like anatomical right and left are not necessarily like the right and left that we're facing? Does that make sense?
100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Okay. So,
and a lot of times these are doctors who haven't even, the nurses have put these people through the ringer. The doctor gets I wouldn't say a fact sheet,
summary,
but it's like, okay, all right, here we go. Tag me in. Let's go. Woo! All right. And they're just like flying in there at full steam.
No, I mean, and to me, like, because I've heard this story far too many times over my life where, like, you know, there's an amputation done on the wrong leg, and it's like, oh, can't get that one back. Like, okay, let's say you had, like, a knee problem, right? And the doctor goes in and scopes the wrong knee. Like, no big deal. Now that knee's 100% instead of 90%. And the other knee's still at 50, but you can still fix it. Like, cutting the leg off's a big fucking deal. They should literally give the patient like a permanent marker and say, I want you to circle and draw on the leg that you have a problem with.
That would end a lot of malpractice suits.
Absolutely.
Like, they told us. They told us.
Because whether you know you're right from the left, whether the nurse knows they're right from the left, we're just going to have you draw on the leg that's the issue here, okay? Do that. Do whatever fuck you want. You draw a smiley face, a fuck you, anything you want. Just get that fuck done.
Hold on. While it's fresh in my mind, I knew an anesthesiologist who was going through. I try to be very delicate about this. I can't name names or super specifics because of HIPAA stuff. But anesthesiologist who was going through making rounds at the end of after med school as a resident. So by that point, they were sending him to different departments in the hospital to be an anesthesiologist, operating room, pediatrics, birth and baby, ER, ortho, yada yada. While he was in birth and baby, a 16-year-old woman was giving birth to her 4th child. All right, or no, excuse me, 3rd child. Sorry. And
well, let's not overshoot it here.
I know.
Yeah.
And the OBGYN was like, all right, this is how we're going to end this. She's going to be semi-doped up, and we're going to convince her that we're going to tie her tubes, and she's going to agree to it. And he was like, yeah, really? He's like, yeah, like this, we got a little bit of a mandate to try to make this shit stop, especially, and the parents have agreed to it. So yeah, it was like, like kind of semi like coming out of it after her third childbirth in 3 years. 13, 14, or 14, 15, 16 was like, oh, yeah. He's like, Miss So-and-so, you'd like your tubes tied, right? Yeah. Okay, sign right here. And boom, tied her tubes.
Whoa.
That's malpractice.
Hey, man.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
We should probably cut this out of the episode, maybe.
Yeah. No, this is the most honest thing that's ever come out on this show.
I know.
Yeah, that's wildly unethical, but I agree to it. So let's move on.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I mean sometimes more logical people just need to.
The parents. She's still a guardian. The parents agreed to it. She's still underage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you make sense of that however you like, sir. Because they could also stop her daughter from banging dudes.
Yeah, right. Good point.
Yeah.
Did you know scorpions can withstand such extreme temperatures that researchers have frozen them overnight, put them in the sun to thaw the next day, and watch them walk away?
I didn't know that, but I have no doubt because I have to assume that those little fuckers have withstood the test of time, and I mean thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years. They may not be
millions. I mean millions of years.
Hundreds of thousands. All right,
or hundreds of millions.
No, shy of a million. Hundreds of thousands. No, it may not be the exact replica of what you get today, but I think those things survived the Big Bang, all that shit. So yeah, little cold temp.
Survived the Big Bang.
Oh, not the Big Bang. Sorry, the meteor that wiped out that created the Yucatan Peninsula that wiped out dinosaurs. That was the Big Bang.
Wait, I'm
I immediately
confused now.
Corrected myself. Fuck both of you. Scorpions are frozen. They come back to life. What do you think?
No. Well, what it does make me think about is like the movie Aliens, and like only the strong survive. And if there is ever like a nuclear apocalypse, like only the strongest Earth creatures are going to survive, and they're going to get bigger. Like that wombat I told you about a few months back, that was the size of like an elephant before man got to Australia, and it's going to fuck some shit up. I mean, it ain't going to be the best representative of what we're capable of, but it's going to be the thing that's left around. Like giant scorpions, cockroaches the size of school buses. Like we are feeble creatures in comparison to the rest of like the insect and reptile world.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to catch some scorpions and freeze them?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Well.
No? Alan's like, I ain't fucking with that.
No, I said might as well.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Where you get them? Texas? What's the closest place here to us? Texas? Probably?
Probably. Well,
I was gonna say like PetSmart.
Yeah, it's true. Didn't even think about that.
Touche, sir. Touche.
I have a bigger point to make beyond this because I have a feeling you do know. But did you know bees are responsible for 7% of the fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds that we eat on a daily basis? If bees become extinct, beef, dairy, corn, rice, coffee, cotton, entire food chains, animal species, and a large chunk of the economy would probably go down with them. Now, I know this is a fun fact, but I call bullshit. They're going extinct because we do this stuff artificially. So we don't need bees. I mean, we do need bees, but we don't need bees. Do you get what I'm saying here?
No.
Well, I find it, if we're going to like compare statistics, I find it odd that bees, how, needed and necessary they are according to biologists, produce 7% of this, yet 19 questions.
7D.
7D. Oh, sorry. I thought it said 7. I would say 7, which I was gonna say 19 questions in the operating room prevent 40% deaths. So okay, 7D, 0. Well, I don't know. The coffee alone might make me want to fucking shoot myself.
But don't we okay, Alan, I know you're going to disagree with me on this. So go ahead and disagree with me and then I'll make my next point.
I mean, the stat you read is accurate, man.
Yeah.
The bees are fucking vitally important to everything. Like, especially in this country and the way that we fucking handle agriculture. Like, yeah.
Are they?
Yes.
How?
Yes. What do you mean fucking how? No,
Well,
I'm not even going to explain this to you because you're smarter than that, motherfucker. Like, or I've been giving you way too much credit,
Okay.
and you're a fucking moron. Like,
Okay.
so it's one of the two.
I will say this. If the current infrastructure of the United States falls and bees are no longer a natural resource for pollination, then yes, this is a correct stat. Under the current way we do things, the way we run farming technology, and yes, I do mean farming technology, it's a total technological business. They don't need bees to pollinate their shit. They do it themselves. They literally will take they'll have folks from south of the border go out to the fields with cotton swabs and then on another fucking plant. That's how they're doing pollination because there are so few bees now. So what I'm getting at is we have the ability to replace the bee with human technology. So though I agree from a natural standpoint that this is an accurate fact, what I'm getting at is that from a technological standpoint, these things will continue to exist because mankind finds a way every time.
Alan, before you rebut, I would just like to point out that Murr said that people from south of the border going and then taking that and then going into another flower, he labeled that human technology. Just want to throw that out there. Alan, go ahead.
No, I didn't label that human. I didn't label that human technology. I'm just saying that. Shut the fuck up, Wes. Continue.
Look, hey, there are a lot of problematic parts to Murr's whatever you want to call it. There, I was gonna call it maybe a tirade, but tirades seem purposeful. I don't know.
Dissertation.
I don't know that was purposeful. Dissertation implies intellect, and I'm definitely not giving you that one on that answer. So
That's fair.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think you should really look up just base biological. Look up food chains.
I understand it. I do. I get it. I'm arguing
all of those things.
I'm arguing the 70% is what I'm arguing. I'm saying that. Okay. I'm arguing the 70%. I'm saying that if bees died off right now, tomorrow, there's no bees left. Done. Period. Our food chain's not going to fall apart. It'll take a hit. It ain't going to fall apart. Look, when I was a kid, I remember being afraid to walk out in my backyard because there were so many goddamn bees. I haven't seen a bee in my yard in 10 years. Not a single honeybee. Yet, I'm able to buy honey at the store at a very high price. But that's because there's retired assholes from the United States government wearing fucking beekeeper suits in their backyards, taking honey out of boxes for me, which I'm okay with. The bees aren't going anywhere, and I don't think our food chain's going anywhere either, because we're better than that. Fuck the bees.
Man, you keep giving. This is 2 weeks in a row. You have given us a lot more credit than we deserve. And apparently I have been giving you a lot more credit than you deserve as well. I'm just saying, food chains, get back to me. Do a dissertation, since you used the word,
right,
on fucking bees and their place in the fucking food chain and American economic pyramid, and just let me know what you find out.
Well, I would say this, that all bees are really doing is transferring one substance to another resource. That's all pollination is. It's the transference of pollen to stamen, and that's it. I'm saying that humans are smart enough to figure out how to get this substance to this organism without the help of the bee. So yes, there might be a hit if the bees aren't doing that for you with free labor. I mean, honestly, we should be against it because it's free labor. It's not the American way. We pay for labor in the United States, okay? I mean, if we really wanted to do it the American way, I guess we would technically have more bees because free labor is like the Jeff Bezos way of fucking doing things.
I was like,
but
isn't it the American way, though? Because, like, let's say hypothetically these bees worked for a corporation. If this corporation could pay bees $0 with zero repercussions, they would. There was a period of time not too long ago, I don't think, where a bunch of people did work for free. Totally free. It was a whole thing. It was a big problem. I think, yeah. So I'm just throwing it out there. Think about that.
I'm just saying that may potentially, comparatively, may be the most prosperous time in American history. So if you're for slavery, Alan, then I mean, well, yes, we ended up using those resources to defeat the most, the strongest empire that ever existed in human history up to that point, and then all became a world superpower because of the resources that we didn't have to pay for at the time. So, I mean, if you're for slavery, Alan, then I'm willing to buy into your argument.
Wow, that's interesting. You must have got one of them new Texas history books, huh? I got you. Hey, man, it is, it's a weird way to look at the world through the lens of fiction. But hey, you do you, buddy.
What I'm saying is that we eliminate this free labor system that you're such a proponent of, and that we actually pay humans a living wage to produce the food that would be otherwise gone without the free labor. So,
how many humans do you think it would take to pollinate what bees pollinate?
Man, I don't know. It would probably be enough to put the unemployment rate down to 0. So, I mean, whatever side of the history you want to be on now, and I guess I'm on the wrong.
That would be solid, man. How do we make that work?
And as Murr put it, it's just simple as going and then going.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's as simple as letting all of those South American and Central American immigrants that are too dumb to come into our country do that. It's that simple of a process. That the propagation of all of our agricultural fucking product in this country is on the backs of Jose and fucking Ramon, who just skipped on over the fucking Rio Grande and don't know any English, but we're definitely teaching them pollination. That's happening.
Well, I mean, if empowering the less fortunate is a crime, then I guess I'm guilty as convicted.
True. Man, it's tough being conservative, isn't it?
What are you liberals doing? Putting on your liberal hat, being liberals? I would like to say, if bees are to go extinct, if I've learned anything, okay, from an American movie classic such as Tommy Boy, I'll never be able to get out of a DUI ever again. Just saying.
I thought you were gonna make a My Girl joke. So I thought that was going in a totally different direction.
No. Come on, bro. I'm down the middle. Do you know I'm in indie?
Have I ever sent you the video where they set Macaulay Culkin getting stung by bees to the Mentos theme song? It's pretty hilarious.
No. God, I'd like to see that.
Hey, TikTok. It's good entertainment.
Just want to go on the record and show that Alan values bees more than he values South American immigrants. Moving on.
I don't think South American immigrants will make the world collapse.
I think
yes. I had bees more.
I had an idea what I was going to name this show prior to that question. Now, I'm going to go through the ringer here.
It better be South American immigrants. That's all I know.
Boy.
And finally, did you know you can tell identical twin babies apart by looking at their belly buttons? Since all navels are scars caused not by genetics but by the detachment of the umbilical cord, twins' navels don't look the same. Like to see you trying to tell a couple of twins apart at a party. That'd be a fun conversation.
Hey, girls, lift your shirts up.
Yeah. I mean, I did not know that, but that's dumb. That's a dumb fact.
Yeah. Hey, Alan, can you imagine? Okay, Murr, we have a fraternity brother who has a brother who isn't in the fraternity, but was around a lot. Couple of rugged, rough, cut from the old jib buddies, the McJiltons. Alan, can you see them lifting up their shirts for us to examine their navels to see who's who?
I mean, I think it depends on what time of day you got them, but no, absolutely not.
Hey, Ryan, Mike, lift your shirts up. Let's. I want to see who's who.
Hey, which one of you is which? Let's see them belly buttons. Pull them up, gang. No.
Yeah, no, but I get it. Yeah, the scars are like a fingerprint. No two are the same.
Yeah, but I mean, the only reason that I didn't think it was a dumb fact, Alan, just mad at me because I.
Oh no, that was just because this fact's kind of dumb. But I mean, I guess it's interesting. It's just like wow, I feel like there are other ways.
Maybe the bees could pollinate the belly buttons. We could figure out who's who.
There you go. See? Exactly. What if one of them's allergic and one of them's not? We just bring bees into the mix.
They're genetically identical. That's the point. And if there's one tried true way, it's how did this meat stick fall off of one versus the other? That's it.
Was there a time where people weren't cutting umbilical cords all the way? Do you think there was ever like a time where you had a little hose, way back when?
Ooh. No, I'm pretty sure sharp object technology's been around for quite some time.
Maybe it wasn't done right away. Maybe it's just like, geez, gotta cut some flap off.
So so like the baby's like dragging like a placenta around until he's like crawling.
I'm trying to untap history here. All right, I don't know.
Honey, he's playing with.
What if they just yanked it?
It's right.
No.
Like before sharp tools were around, or the first. You mean to tell me one human caveman back in the day wasn't like, "What's this?" Bonk, and like pulled it out like a plug,
Probably.
like you were unplugging the vacuum, and then he was like, "Oh fuck!" Like, probably did irreparable damage to said child. I'm not saying that, but I have a feeling a human definitely tried to fucking unplug an umbilical cord once.
Yeah, I've seen lots of true crime stories. Humans are capable of lots of terrible things, but it doesn't mean that was the right way to do it. Has it happened? Probably, but no. They honestly, there's cultures where they literally have like the father bite through the umbilical cord, like shoot and like gnaw through it.
But I think I think what Alan is saying is at some point, some schlep, I call it schlep as an idiot, but probably some sort of Neanderthal or primitive human and was like, "Hey, we're dead," and then either killed or seriously hurt the child. And they're like, "Wait a minute, we can't do that. We gotta nip that fucker up."
Well, I don't know, man. I think that's probably like a killed the baby kind of thing. Mm-hmm. If you yank on an umbilical cord,
right?
Because like they're hardly even attached to their own skeletons at that point. So like, you probably just fucking like pulled them off the bone. This hypothetical is dark.
And not only that, to the wife or to the woman that you had impregnated, who just gave birth without any anesthesia, you have some splaining to do.
Oh, what if you yank
man,
on
fucked
that?
Up.
What if you yank on that end or the other end?
You might have to if you
that's the placental end, right?
If you kill the baby, you might be like, "Ooh, she might kill me." Hold on.
If you try to put it back together.
Oh God, damn!
It seemed like the thing to say there.
All right, so twins have scars that are unique. All right, fair enough.
I like how we took it to a place where Merv was like, I don't know that I'm comfortable with this anymore.
No, and I there's hardly a thing that disturbs me, but man, I'll tell you what, you guys found it. Well done, well played.
Primitive man killing child by pulling umbilical cord out.
What if we just whirl it around until it falls off?
It might have taken a couple times too. He might have been like, "Fuck, all right, maybe I pulled it too hard that time." And then he tried it again,
Christ.
and then it's still fucked up. Like,
Oof. Is that Fun Fact Friday?
Yeah, that'll wrap her up right there.
We're not even gonna get his textbook, and that, folks, is Fun Fact Friday. Oh, okay, all right. Hey, listen. Nearly about a year ago, we talked about Jetpack Man flying around LAX, and that son-of-a-bitch was flying around again. Okay, if you look up Jetpack Man 3 spotted again as pilots approach LAX nearly a year after first sighting, you're going to get some FAA. They released it. Recordings from these pilots coming in talking about. I don't feel like playing it. Fucking internet sucks. But man, what do you think? It's the same Joker thinking like, yeah, year anniversary, fucking with him again. Let's get. And didn't they say that it might be a fucking dummy in a jetpack controlled by someone flying a drone?
I mean, they've said that, but they have no idea. I mean, it's just like all these whimsical theories that we've come up with. I mean, who the fuck knows? Like, this comes back down to they need to offer like they used to do hackers in the 80s. They need to offer Jetpack Man like a free and clear. What do you call that? Immunity, an immunity clause. Hey, look, you got some sweet tech. We'd like you to come out in the open and share, and we'll give you a sweet spot out near Area 51 to fly your fucking jetpack around, but you gotta stop getting near the engines with fucking 300 people aboard.
I think I got it. I think they need to do more of like a Point Break infiltration. You know, Keanu Reeves rolls up to the group, infiltrates, like, yeah, I'm interested in jetpacking around LAX. What do you got for me? My name's John Utah. In this case, it would be like my name's Pete Colorado, and I'm ready to fly that fucker 6,000 feet around LAX. Hell, I'll even go to Burbank. What do you think?
ridiculous.
That's ridiculous?
No, well, your scenario is a little outrageous.
All right,
Dude,
not Pete, Colorado, whatever.
I mean, I would have went with like Jefferson, New Mexico, or something. But either way.
So you combine two state capitals. Wonderful.
Exactly. So that way you didn't really even know which part was the fucking city or state.
Right.
You know, it could have been both. Jetpack Man's bold, man. I think. I wasn't quite surprised. Like, at first, I was like, it's just some jackass, and they would catch him. And then the second time, it was like, oh, okay, he's definitely going to get caught now. And now it's starting to seem like Jetpack Man is a fucking genius. Because, like, not only is he Jetpack Manning, but he's also not getting caught by the federal government, who usually catches people. So yeah, this is starting to get a little fucking silly on my end. I'm proud of this guy. I want to know who he is.
Yeah, Murr, you have to appreciate the dude who is now like floating in towards end of runways, you know, taking off from God knows where. And as Alan said, yeah, the FAA is like, nah, we don't know, got nothing.
Well, what baffles me most about it is, you know, just bringing up, because, you know, I'm fascinated by UFOs. Like, I don't know, it throws both sides of the argument now. Like, either it's like normal shit that we just can't explain, because if we can't catch like one guy with a jetpack, then who knows what's out there that we've seen that's just like regular stuff that we can't explain. But then again, it comes back to my argument of like, well, UFOs, like, if they're out there, maybe we're just dumb. I think we put a lot of faith in our technologies and our government's capabilities, like to identify things and figure shit out. Like, I mean, COVID should be a perfect example of like all of the things that I'm saying. There seems to be a lot of buffoonery in the world where we used to put a lot of stock in it. And in reality, it's just run by a bunch of dipshits like ourselves who just happen to get college degrees and a good job because we had a good day at the interview process.
Right. Here we go. Jetpack Man, aliens, Bigfoot, Yeti, and all that other stuff. Here it is.
Okay, well, let me ask you this.
Chupacabra.
Where would you send your fictional Johnny Utah out to like scope out how would you infiltrate? Where would you go? What scenes? What circles would you send this person into? Would you send him out to like I don't know, drone race competitions? Like, hey man, these drones are pretty cool, but imagine if you could put one on your back and fly around. What say you? Like, where would you? How do you know? Where would you go?
I'm not a detective. Why do you put me on the scene as if I'm some
because
sort of
you brought it up. You made this fictional storyline where Keanu Reeves is infiltrating Jetpack Man's facility to go into the air with a jetpack on his back.
Well, detectives could do that. I'm not a detective. I could float the idea that the detectives. Do you want a Cliff Notes version of how I would do it?
The detectives?
Yeah.
What detectives? What agency do you pin this on?
I don't know, LAPD or whatever.
Oh god!
I don't know.
I mean, I guess it would start with them, right, or something. God, who knows?
Orange County. I don't know.
This is definitely a federal matter. It's U.S. Marshals or some shit.
Sure. Johnny Utah was FBI. For that way, I mean, clear the air. I don't know. How would I do it? Well, first of all, maybe just scope it, get a van, do some fucking recon, figure out where Jetpack Man is, and then tail them. And then go to the bars they go to the karaoke clubs that they go to the fucking beachside flag football things that they play at. Learn their culture.
All right, I apologize. Their culture.
Figure out
Jetpack Man's culture.
Figure out whether or not they're pro-pollination. I don't. I can't.
Just join various amateur physics circles.
That's right. I don't know. Rent a Cessna and run him over. And take some DNA.
You've had multiple commercial pilots like calling. Yeah, we got a guy with a jetpack up here. He's flying at 3,000 feet. And we got eyeballs literally on him at the moment. How should we proceed? I don't know. Just land the plane. Like, that's been the protocol so far.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, get a little single engine Cessna with some propellers and give him a friendly nudge, a bump. See where he goes. You don't like that?
To his funeral. Give him a bump.
All right. Well, we're gonna keep up with the Jetpack Man. I thought he was. I thought the legend had died, but apparently legends never die. That's the Sandlot. In case you weren't following. All right, Alan. Where can you find us?
So, of course, you can find us on all your favorite social media platforms. We are at MDL Classholes on Instagram and Twitter, right? Something like that. We're The Middle Classholes on Facebook. And, of course, for your streaming pleasure, you can find us, or your audio streaming pleasure, I guess I should say. You can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And I think that's it, guys. Oh, that's right. And if you want to email us, like a good old-fashioned, professional work email, shoot us one over at Tickle Our Tummies. That's right, tickleourtummies@gmail.com.
That's right. And don't forget Podbean. That's where we're hosted out of.
Subscribe to us on YouTube. We got that YouTube channel popping, I think, maybe. I'm just saying stuff.
13 more subscribers until we're able to do a generic URL. So we're getting close.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this before we end this particular podcast. Ron Perpeal, known for appearing in his famous infomercials, has died at the age of 86. Yes, Mr. Set It and Forget It has, we've set him, but we won't forget him.
I was going to say, we might be setting my man in 6 feet, but We will never forget him.
That's
for damn sure.
Man, today?
Like 2 days ago.
Oh, was it two?
When I sent you, when I sent you the story.
I would like to think that his family did him good, and like got him rotisserie. You know what I mean? Like they skewered him straight through the center, and they put a glass cover on the top, and then right on the right hand side is just a big old dial, and they just turn it and lower his ass in the ground.
God. R.I.P. Rump Fields. I didn't forget it. God, one of my favorite bits from way back when. Holy shit. Yeah. Well, shit, man. I don't think I did. Folks, set it and forget it. Good night.